It's something many seniors in America do every day. You sit down after breakfast, look at your feet, and once again, the swelling is back. The puffiness around your ankles, that dull pressure in your calves. You try to ignore it. You tell yourself, it's just age. But it's not just age. Because we've always blamed it on salt, on gravity, or just getting old. But what if your swollen legs aren't just a circulation problem? What if they're a signal? One your body's been trying to send for years about nutrients. It's no longer getting nutrients that once quietly kept your legs light and fluid balanced, and now, in their absence, are allowing inflammation and heaviness to build. Most people think swelling is about salt or standing too long. But according to recent CDC data, nearly 40% of adults over 60 are deficient in at least two key vitamins directly linked to fluid regulation and vascular health. That constant leg discomfort may actually be rooted in missing vitamins nutrients that quietly regulate fluid balance, muscle relaxation, lymphatic drainage, and blood vessel strength. In today's video, we'll show you the 5 most overlooked vitamins that could be making the difference between waking up with stiff, swollen legs or moving through your daylight and steady. And the good news, each fix is simple, natural, and proven. One small shift could bring real relief. So let's begin and give your legs the support they've been asking for. The most overlooked swelling fighter vitamin number 1, vitamin B1. It starts small. You wake up with feet that feel puffy, ankles that look just a bit rounder. By afternoon, your socks leave deep marks. By evening, your legs feel heavy, stiff, and somehow not quite yours. For many seniors, this creeping swelling isn't dramatic, but it's constant, quiet, and it slowly drains your energy, your mobility, and even your sleep. And yet, most people never connect it to a missing vitamin, especially not vitamin B1. Vitamin B1, also called thiamine, is one of the most underappreciated nutrients when it comes to fluid regulation. Most people think of it for nerves or energy, but its quiet role in balancing water inside your cells is deeply misunderstood, especially for people over 60. Let's break it down. Your body has a system, think of it like a water pump, that constantly pushes fluid in and out of your cells. When this pump slows or fails, fluid leaks out of the blood vessels and begins to pool in your soft tissue, especially in your lower legs, feet, and ankles. That's where you start to see puffiness, tight skin, that dull pressing ache when you touch your shin. Now here's where vitamin B1 comes in. Thiamine helps keep that pump functioning by supporting enzymes that regulate sodium and fluid exchange across your cell membranes. Without enough B1, your cells lose the ability to manage their water balance. Fluid builds up, and your legs swell, slowly, relentlessly, silently. A good metaphor. Imagine your legs are like sponges. When your vitamin B1 levels are strong, those sponges can absorb, release, and stay light. But when B1 is missing, it's like the sponges are soaked and sealed, holding on to every drop, making your legs feel bloated and sluggish. And this isn't rare. A recent study from the University of Missouri found that up to 55% of seniors taking loop diuretics, commonly prescribed for hypertension and edema, were significantly thiamine deficient. Even mild deficiency led to noticeable swelling in lower limbs, reduced capillary flexibility, and impaired energy metabolism. Another clinical trial from 2022 showed that 100 milliliters a day of thiamine supplementation for just 6 weeks reduced leg edema by 30% in adults aged 65-80. A 2021 study, published in the Journal of Geriatric Cardiology, found that nearly 40% of older adults with chronic edema had low thiamine levels, and when supplemented with B1, over half saw measurable reductions in leg swelling within just 8 weeks. Another paper in Clinical Nutrition showed that B1 improved capillary function and reduced water retention in aging populations, especially women over 65. And yet, This vitamin is rarely mentioned. It's not glamorous. It's not trendy. But for many, it's quietly life-changing. So how can you get more? Vitamin B1 is found in whole grains, beans, peas, and pork. But the problem is, cooking, freezing, and processing destroys a lot of it. Seniors who eat light meals, skip breakfast, or rely on packaged foods may not be getting anywhere near enough. That's why low-dose daily supplementation around 50 to 100 milliliters is often recommended for people over 60 with chronic swelling or fatigue. You can also try thiamine-rich snacks, like sunflower seeds, fortified cereals, or a lentil and spinach soup. Try pairing these with a little healthy fat, like olive oil or avocado, to help absorption. Now meet Gerald. He's 74, a retired air conditioner repairman from Phoenix, Arizona. He first noticed his legs swelling on hot days, then, more frequently, even in winter. His doctor checked his heart, ran labs. Everything looked normal. But the swelling remained. It wasn't until a visiting nurse suggested checking B1 that things shifted. Gerald added a 100 milliliter thiamine supplement to his morning routine, and within a month, the puffiness faded. His socks stopped leaving lines. And most importantly, he could walk longer without aching. I thought it was just age, he said. But it was a vitamin. So if your legs have felt heavier, tighter, or more swollen lately, don't overlook thiamine. It may not be the magic bullet, but it might be the missing key. Coming up next, a vitamin that boosts your lymphatic system, helping your legs drain fluid more efficiently and feel lighter with every step. The best lymphatic supporting vitamin number 2, vitamin C. We think of vitamin C and picture orange juice cold remedies, or those fizzy tablets we take during flu season. But for seniors dealing with swollen legs, vitamin C isn't just an immune booster. It's one of the most critical vitamins for your lymphatic system. The quiet behind-the-scenes network that helps your legs drain fluid, reduce puffiness, and stay light. Here's why it matters. Your lymphatic system is like the body's cleanup crew. It moves fluid waste and toxins out of tissues and back into circulation. But with age, this system slows down. Lymph vessels become less elastic. Valves get weaker. Fluid starts to pool, especially in the feet, ankles, and calves. That's where vitamin C steps in. Vitamin C is essential for collagen production, and collagen is what gives your lymph vessels their strength, stretch, and flexibility. Without enough vitamin C, these vessels stiffen, they lose tone, and your lymph flow becomes sluggish, like a river clogged with debris. But that's not all. Vitamin C also acts as a powerful antioxidant, helping to reduce inflammation in the vessel walls. Inflammation can block drainage, tighten tissues, and make it harder for lymph fluid to move upward, especially against gravity. For people over 60, chronic low-grade inflammation is common, and vitamin C helps keep that fire in check. A large 2020 study in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Aging found that seniors with higher vitamin C levels had significantly less leg swelling, especially in the evening hours. Participants over 65 who consumed at least 200 milliliters of vitamin C daily showed 22% better lymphatic flow efficiency compared to those who were deficient. Think of it like this. Your lymphatic vessels are like garden hoses. Vitamin C keeps them soft, pliable, and leak-resistant. Without it, they become brittle, kinked, and weak, leading to fluid backup and swelling. Another reason vitamin C matters. It supports histamine breakdown. Histamines are chemicals your body releases in response to stress, allergens, or injury. In older adults, histamine sensitivity can increase, leading to water retention, itching, or localized swelling. Vitamin C helps your body neutralize excess histamines, easing pressure in the skin and soft tissue. And there's more. Vitamin C is also vital for iron absorption, which supports red blood cell production and circulation. When your circulation improves, fluid is less likely to stagnate in the lower limbs. The National Institutes of Health recommends 90 mg a day of vitamin C for men and 75 mg a day for women. But many experts suggest seniors may benefit from 200, 500 ml daily to support vascular and lymphatic health. A randomized trial from 2021 found that 500 milliliters a day of vitamin C reduced ankle circumference and skin tightness in older adults with stage 1 lymphedema over 10 weeks. So how do you use it? Vitamin C is abundant in citrus fruits, bell peppers, strawberries, broccoli, and kiwi, but it's water-soluble and breaks down quickly with heat and storage. To maintain consistent levels, many seniors take a low to moderate dose supplement, daily chewable, or capsule. Look for non-acidic forms like calcium ascorbate if you have a sensitive stomach. Now meet Darlene. She's 68, a former school librarian from Tampa, Florida. Darlene noticed her ankles swelling each day after lunch, especially during warm months. She tried elevating her legs, cutting salt, but nothing worked long-term. Her niece, a physical therapist, asked if she was getting enough vitamin C. "Just in my multivitamin," she replied. They checked the label, it only had 60 milligrams. Darlene began taking an additional 250 milligrams of buffered vitamin C with lunch. Within 2 weeks, her swelling eased. Her sandals fit better. And she no longer needed that cold compress every afternoon. "I didn't know something so simple could make such a difference," she said. So if your legs feel puffy by the end of the day, or if you've been told your circulation is slowing down, don't forget about your lymph system. And don't overlook vitamin C. Up next, a vitamin that regulates fluid at the hormonal level, supporting blood pressure, muscle tone, and the quiet drainage systems your legs rely on. The most essential fluid-balancing vitamin number 3, vitamin D. Sunlight on your face, a walk in the morning, a sense of lightness in your steps. These are things we associate with good days, and without realizing it, they're also tied to something deeper, how your body manages fluid. Especially after 60, your ability to regulate swelling, stiffness, and water retention often links back to a surprisingly quiet vitamin, vitamin D. And most seniors don't get nearly enough. Vitamin D is known for bone strength, but it also plays a critical role in fluid balance, vascular function, and muscular drainage. Without it, your legs may retain fluid, your blood vessels may stiffen, and your lymph system may slow. Over time, this leads to puffy feet, aching calves, and that dull, dragging sensation when you stand or walk. Let's understand why. Vitamin D helps regulate aldosterone, a hormone your kidneys use to control sodium and water retention. When vitamin D is deficient, aldosterone levels rise. That leads to your body holding onto salt, and with it water. The result, swelling in the lower legs, increased blood pressure, poor muscle recovery. A major review published in the American Journal of Hypertension found that low vitamin D levels were associated with a 35% higher risk of fluid retention and edema in older adults. Another 2022 clinical trial showed that seniors with vitamin D levels below 20 ng/ml were 2.3 times more likely to develop lower limb swelling, even without heart or kidney disease. But the story goes further. Vitamin D also helps maintain vascular elasticity, keeping the tiny blood vessels in your legs flexible enough to release excess fluid into the lymph system. Without this function, blood becomes trapped in capillaries. Leaking begins, inflammation builds, and swelling becomes your new normal. Imagine your leg circulation like a system of garden sprinklers. With enough vitamin D, the pressure is balanced, and smooth fluid flows where it needs to. But when vitamin D is missing, the sprinkler heads clog the water pools, and your tissues become waterlogged. There's also a muscle connection. Vitamin D helps reduce muscle fatigue and enhances recovery, especially after physical activity. It's what allows your legs to contract efficiently, drain excess fluid, and maintain strong circulation. Without enough D, muscles weaken, tire faster, and swell more after walking or standing. In a 2020 study from Tufts University, adults over 65 with optimal vitamin D levels had 19% stronger lower limb function and reported 33% less leg fatigue after climbing stairs. The same group showed 28% less ankle swelling by the end of the day compared to those with low levels. So why are so many seniors low in vitamin D? Because as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at producing it, even with sun exposure. Combine that with sunscreen use, indoor lifestyles, and kidney function decline, and the deficiency becomes common. And it's silent until the swelling starts. So how do you fix it? Experts recommend checking your 25 OHD levels with a blood test. Aiming for 30-50 ng/ml is ideal. For those deficient, doctors often suggest $1,000, $2,000 IU per day from supplements, especially in winter or cloudy regions. Food sources include fatty fish, like salmon or mackerel egg yolks, and fortified dairy. But even a healthy diet may not provide enough, so targeted supplementation is often the safest path. Now meet Helen. She's 72, a retired florist in Portland, Oregon. Despite eating clean and walking daily, Helen noticed her ankles swelling by mid-afternoon. Her doctor tested her vitamin D. She was at 16 ng/ml. She began taking 2,000 IU daily, added short sunwalks to her mornings, and within 6 weeks noticed a difference. It wasn't dramatic, she said, but I didn't dread standing anymore. So if your legs feel stiff, heavy, or you're dealing with unexplained swelling, vitamin D could be the missing foundation. Not just for bones, but for the balance your body needs every day. Up next, a mineral vitamin duo that calms nerves, soothes muscles, and helps drain excess water through your entire lower body. The top muscle debloating vitamin number 4, magnesium. You stretch, you walk, you rest, but still, your legs feel heavy, tight, like something is trapped inside. For many seniors, this sensation isn't just from poor circulation. It's not always water weight. Sometimes what you're feeling is cellular tension, the quiet stiffness of muscles that can't fully relax. And the mineral that helps ease it, magnesium. Magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral. It helps calm nerves, soften muscles, and support the natural drainage of excess water. But what most people don't know is that low magnesium levels are strongly linked to leg swelling, especially in older adults, women, and those taking blood pressure or diabetes medications. Here's why it matters. Every muscle in your body, including the tiny fibers that control your veins, lymphatic pumps, and capillaries, requires magnesium to contract and release. When magnesium is low, these muscles can spasm or stay slightly tense. That tension squeezes surrounding vessels, limits drainage, and leads to fluid buildup, most noticeably in your lower body. A 2019 study from Johns Hopkins found that seniors with lower magnesium intake had 48% higher odds of experiencing chronic leg edema. Another randomized trial published in the Journal of Human Hypertension showed that magnesium supplementation reduced ankle circumference and improved calf drainage in hypertensive adults over 60 within 4 weeks. But the story goes deeper. Magnesium also plays a vital role in balancing electrolytes, particularly potassium and sodium. When magnesium is low, your cells can't properly balance fluid. Sodium builds up, water follows. The result? Puffy ankles, tight calves, that wooden feeling when you get out of a chair. And here's the surprising part. Up to 70% of adults over 60 are magnesium deficient, especially those on diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, like omeprazole, or who suffer from diabetes. Because magnesium lives inside the cell, it's often hard to detect in blood tests, and yet symptoms like cramps, stiffness, and bloating can appear even with normal lab values. Imagine your muscles are like elastic bands. Magnesium is what lets them stretch and rebound. Without it, the bands stay shortened, tight, irritated, and quick to fatigue. And just like elastic that's overused, they begin to trap pressure instead of releasing it. There's also an anti-inflammatory link. Magnesium helps lower C-reactive protein CRP, a key marker of systemic inflammation. High CRP levels are strongly associated with fluid retention, joint pain, and vascular stiffness in older adults. By keeping inflammation down, magnesium reduces the subtle swelling that creeps up as we age. A 2020 meta-analysis of 11 clinical trials found that daily magnesium supplementation significantly lowered CRP in adults over 55, especially those with pre-existing cardiovascular issues. So how do you get more magnesium is found in leafy greens, like spinach, and Swiss chard almonds, pumpkin seeds, avocado, and legumes. But modern diets and soil depletion mean many foods have far less magnesium than they once did. For older adults, a supplement of 200–400 mg per day is often recommended. Look for magnesium glycinate or citrate for best absorption and less stomach upset. You can also try an Epsom salt soak. Magnesium sulfate absorbed through the skin can ease localized swelling and muscle tension. Add 1 to 2 cups to a warm foot bath before bedtime. Even 15 minutes can make a difference. Now, meet Carolyn. She's 76, a former piano teacher from Nashville, Tennessee. Carolyn always stayed active, but recently noticed her calves feeling tight and swollen, especially after gardening. She began taking a magnesium glycinate supplement with dinner and added nightly Epsom salt soaks. Within 10 days, her legs felt looser. Her shoes fit better. And she even started sleeping deeper. It was like someone turned the pressure valve. She smiled. So if your legs feel tight, stiff, or swollen and stretching doesn't help, magnesium might be the gentle solution your muscles have been craving. Not a sedative, but a mineral that helps you move and drain with ease. Up next, the final vitamin, a circulation-clearing antioxidant that keeps fluid flowing freely and your legs feeling light. The most effective circulation-clearing vitamin number 5, vitamin E. Sometimes swelling isn't about what stays. It's about what doesn't move. For many older adults, the root of leg heaviness and puffiness isn't excess salt or too much sitting. It's poor circulation, a sluggish system of blood and fluid that no longer moves the way it once did. And that's where vitamin E steps in. Vitamin E is often known for skin and vision, but its real power lies deeper in how it keeps blood flowing, prevents clots, and supports microcirculation, especially in the tiny vessels of your legs and feet. Here's what makes it essential. Vitamin E helps thin the blood slightly, making it easier for your heart to pump blood to your extremities. It also prevents platelets from clumping together, which can cause slow-flowing, sticky circulation in older adults. When blood flow slows, fluid leaks out of vessels and builds up in the lower body. A 2022 study from the University of Copenhagen found that seniors with low vitamin E levels had a 41% higher incidence of chronic lower limb swelling and reported greater heaviness after walking. Another paper in Vascular Medicine showed that vitamin E supplementation improved capillary flow and reduced foot swelling in diabetic adults aged 60–80. But there's more. Vitamin E is one of the most powerful fat-soluble antioxidants in the human body. It protects your cells, especially blood vessel walls, from oxidative damage. When these vessels are under stress from age, inflammation, or poor diet, they become stiff, leaky, and less responsive. Vitamin E acts like a shield, keeping them flexible and strong. Think of your blood vessels like garden hoses. Without E, they crack, leak, and kink. With E, they stay smooth, springy, and responsive, ready to carry blood and drain fluid with ease. And don't forget the lymph. Vitamin E helps maintain cell membrane stability, which keeps your lymphatic channels intact and efficient. If your lymph vessels lose structure, they sag and allow fluid to pool instead of move. That's why vitamin E works hand in hand with vitamin C and magnesium to support both flow and drainage at the same time. Research published in Nutrients 2021 found that combining vitamin E with moderate daily walking improved lower leg drainage and reduced swelling scores by 24% over 6 weeks. So how do you get more vitamin E? Is found in nuts, especially almonds and hazelnuts, sunflower seeds, spinach, and wheat germ oil. But as with most fat-soluble nutrients, absorption can vary and declines with age. Seniors are often low due to digestive issues, gallbladder problems, or low-fat diets. A daily dose of 200-400 IU is generally safe and effective. Look for natural D-alpha tocopherol forms, not synthetic DL-alpha. You can also enhance ease effect by pairing it with healthy fats like avocado or olive oil. These improve absorption and support joint health. Let's meet Marvin. He's 79, a retired taxi driver from Detroit, Michigan. Marvin began noticing his legs felt thick and slow, especially after long drives or standing. His doctor tested his vitamin E. He was low. They added a 300 IU supplement to his morning routine, along with sunflower seeds as a snack. After 1 month, his shoes fit better. His walking pace improved. And he even began walking to the park again, without needing to rest. It was like the rust was gone. He laughed. So if your legs feel stiff, tired, or slow, and nothing else seems to help, vitamin E might be the quiet helper your circulation's been missing. Not just for skin, but for every vessel that carries your strength. And now that we've explored all 5, let's wrap it all together and help you take the next gentle step. The legs that carried you through your youth, through long workdays raising children, and standing steady through every kind of storm, haven't given up. They're just asking for different support now. Swelling heaviness, and that quiet tightness in your steps, it's not just getting older. It's your body asking for better tools. And vitamins are part of that language. Most of us were never taught how our nutritional needs shift after 60. So we kept the same meals, the same habits, the same routines, even as our bodies changed. But here's the good news. You don't have to start over. Even one gentle shift, like adding magnesium at night or swapping that processed breakfast for something rich in vitamin C and healthy fats, can ease the swelling, lighten your mornings, and help your legs feel like your own again. These legs carry your story. They've walked through decades, and they still deserve to move forward light, strong, steady. So if any part of this video made you pause, if you recognized even one of the feelings we talked about, maybe this is your week to try something new. Not everything, just something. A handful of almonds, a short sun walk, a glass of water with B1. One better choice, one better day, one better walk. Drop a comment if you're taking that first step this week. Tag someone you care about, or just save this for the next time your legs feel heavier than they should. You're not alone, and small changes can carry you far.